Amazing hand drawings of all Helsinki, and you can see the museum here. Okay? It's a board A0, I think, actually or A1.
A1.
A1, so hand sketch drawings. Second panel, section with context, plan, and situation. Okay? Connection city and harbor. Let's see the third panel. Again, a mix of hand drawings and axonometry. So you can see, and you cannot see here, but this is like a day in a museum. And then you can see a full of activity, people doing something, shop, see the exhibition, cars, and other stuff. This is a day in a museum. And then, real. So this is almost amazing rendering, seems built. So you can see a normal day, so with maybe some opening, axonometry view from inside to understand this kind of concept of courtyard. And second panel, view from harbor to see the context of the museum and city, some mist, space, foggy idea, and again some view here. Then the last panel, inside, okay? Space for culture, amazing light from the top, from northern country, so cold light, and then other view here. So this is my presentation.
Before I talk about this very short talk about two projects from our office, I'd like to show you a picture to respond to specialist early concern about Mylin's work. She's still around, and we're actually working with her for one project just finished. I have somehow in my phone an image, and Patrick's helping me trying to get that out. I think her styles has been kept just in the same spirit, a very pristine kind of form, very clear argument, and also very strong kind of almost abstract kind of place. Possible? No. No. Okay. Okay, so maybe later. Okay. So maybe I will show the photo after my kind of short talk. As it's a very small design office of less than 10 people, our office actually heavily rely on invited competitions to earn our life. So today I'm going to share with you two projects that will be won through invited competition. One of them you'll be very familiar with, and the other maybe have certain benefits to the project you're going to do this semester. Okay. Okay, so I was just started. The first one is this one. We actually get these projects from a kind of invited competition. And then there will be a kind of student housing hostel or dormitory with 800 students capacity. So what I'm going to share with you is the process of what an architect will do in this kind of invited competitions to its realizations. It's almost like a witnessing a kind of diary. Architects go through is a project diary. It's not very structurally organized as a Francesco's work. So I hope you enjoy the process. So this is the bit, of course, we don't need to talk about the context of this particular site. One or two points may be worth mentioning is its close proximity to the rail line in the edge of the main campus. And this was a two-stage competitions organized by the School of Architecture in, I think, 2008. The first stage actually kind of, the school has invited 46 practices from all around the world to do a very short exercise of 4 weeks with a very concise requirement for submissions. And then the second stage, 6 practices from around the world was shortlisted to do a kind of more extensive design for this project. And at the second stage, all the participants were kind of compensated financially. So here is what a design brief usually described. So this is a 2-stage competition, stage 1, stage 2. And this is the entry, the kind of entry, and to design an integrated teaching buildings, which is actually the reprovisions of the original School of Architecture. The total gross floor area was about 8,000 square meters on a site of about 2,400 square meters. So the plot ratio is around slightly higher than 3. And the construction cost was
almost like a U5 project.
Yes, it's very much like U5 projects.
Half of it.
Yes, half of it. Okay,
So
so this is the
just
project background. And I do not need to talk so much about the site context as we are all living and working here. So this was the jury, which consists of the Vice Chancellor of the university, and a few renowned architects from local and also from States, from Australia, and kind of. So this was the kind of a background where we convened to discuss and to deliberate on the choice of the winner. So this is something that we, as an architect, it's just anyone's sketches I can find in my archive. So try to understand what this competition could be, kind of frame it. Okay, so the design actually begins from the questions we ask for ourselves. What should an architecture school be? And after some discussion between myself and Wallace, we started to use those kinds of interpretations by saying that the school is actually a tree, or the space is underneath a tree, which is sheltered. You feel safe, yet it's very free to join. And the teacher may not know he is actually the teacher, and students may not know when they're debating some ideas, may not know they are the students. And these roles of teachers and students are ever kind of changing. So this is the evolution, like a shelter. And then we want the volumes to be floated so that the space can flow through to the campus. And then we started to think of this idea of a tree, and it becomes these diagrams. I think out of all the versions of various testing forms, this central void has never been it's sort of rethought. So this is really the soul of the project. And turns out to be the atrium actually. And these are some sketches. that we can picture by myself and Wallace. Is how we conceive the project. And the stage 1 competitions actually requires very minimal kind of submittals. It requires 2 sets of 3 A4 sheets. One is called design statement, which is for the practices to outline literally their ideas, assisted with some diagrams, and then 3 A3 and kind of A4 kind of so-called schematic design. So it happens that when I moved my office, just last week I was able to find the original things. This is actually the thing. This is actually the thing. And we are all kind of anonymous. We don't know who is whom, and then each of us are assigned a number. So this first stage competition is like this. We submitted 6 of these, 3 being drawings, 3 being kind of garrison. So this is the. So it's as minimal, and this is a real size thing. Interesting enough, when I prepared this talk, I looked through the key ideas are actually remains the same, like this kind of atrium, this kind of research block, and the students kind of a studio block, this kind of folding ground, climbing the hills, and as well as folding all the activities around. Of course, the structures and kind of arrangement are slightly different, but these kind of ideas, although vaguely represented through simple SketchUps, they are actually quite similar to the final situation, the final product. So this is the first stage that we are luckily selected as one of the shortlisted practices, and then we enter into the second stage. So this was the exhibitions of the 46 submissions in the first stage. Then we go into another thing. Now we look much more like what we are having now, this kind of sketches. It's kind of like sketch sections coming through the atrium on both sides. And these are the plans. These are some conceptual kind of searching for where to link the 2 sides and creating a number of flexible open spaces, which we call the tree canopy, which is actually the spaces we imagine to be like the tree that you can freely join and freely kind of encounter a lot of activities. So this is the stage 2 submissions. Each team is required to do a 9A1. So we cover some planning, conceptions, environmental concern in terms of diagrams. We think the material is important because this project is going to be read in the history of the other steel buildings, and then these were elevations, diagrams. These were the plans when it was submitted. The main features are, I think, remain more or less the same. So in this stage of competitions, there is no requirement for submission of any fee. So there's no concern about fee. This is totally judged based on design. And I recall that in the 6 kind of shortlisted practices, there are I think 1 or 2 actually from UK and elsewhere in the world. And there are like 3 or 4 local practices. And this was the submissions and models. This model is still there somewhere at the end of the 2nd floor corridor. This was the planner. Okay, so this is how an architect would do in order to try to win in the venture competition. And this was an exhibition organized by the school for all the 6 projects. Which happens, I think, in the end of 2008, just like 8 years ago. And then this part I will quickly go through the realization bit of this project. So this is the context. Here we are. We're sort of a member of this bigger group. And to go in, we are in the edge of the main campus, the academic building, and the closest proximity to the rail. And we have very good connections with this Weimei and all the campus facilities. And the new stations was also extended at that time so that we have this kind of connections right away from the stations, like 2 or 3 minutes walk. And this is the project diagram in terms of time, conceptual. Then we make very big models, 150 speakers, I think. Very big models for students' consultation. And it takes, so you can read it back to just. And this is the reading block. We have to go through the universities and central administrations in getting the approval of the figures and plans, and also go through the HSD and the legislature for getting funds to present the work to governments. And then internally, we also have a team of colleagues, led by Professor Ho Pui Ping, with a few members to work on the details. But we also have this kind of student consultations. This is Pui Ping, myself, Wallace, kind of use this kind of media to discuss with students and invite their comments and their inputs, which are proved to be very useful. One of them would be the shower, actually. I recall we started to convert to cancel the so-called executive toilets for the teachers, but save those costs and find the spaces to install 1 or 2 showers for students, and also have this kind of solar panels to supply the university with electricity things. So this is actually the reaching lock. So here's the construction stage. This is one of the meeting with some students, some colleagues and staff from the school. And then this is a very important stage of every constructions. We do from big constructions, buildings, interiors, and is the kind of mock-up, where we choose a kind of representative condition of constructions and kind of build that into the tender, so that the contractor has to build a full-scale mock-up for several building components, so that we can kind of review the quality of finish and to improve the details. So this happens in the midway of the construction process. This is roughly the diagram here. The project was, the competition was in the fall of 2008, and the project was completed for use in 2012, so it's like 4 full years constructions. So this was the photo taken in the first state. Not totally similar to what we're having just a week ago. Okay, so this is the first project. And then I would, these are still a few slides. This is a record moment. When the school was having its 20th anniversary, these are all your alumni. So they kind of having a mini concert in this area. This is one of the most exciting moments I enjoy most during the life of this building. So this is our team, very young team, just before the kind of completion of the projects. The last sidewalk. This is the students same context. And then this is the second project I'd like to share with you. It's a student housing associated competitions. It's about 800 student places next to the new Madison Building Design Professor in Shantou, and the client is the Li-Ka-shing Foundations. So the site's like this. So this the brief call for was kind of invited competitions for 6 intellectual practices, including a very big practice like PMT, and also medium size like Bernard Lim, another professor's practice.
Andrew,
No. Li-Ka-shing Lab, and because we have been working with for the foundations for some smaller projects, commercial project, we are also invited. But we were the smallest. It's a design dormitory, student housing for 800 students with a total area of about 1,200 on a site of about 6,600 square meters. So the product ratio is slightly lower than 2. The project was designed in 2003 and was completed just this summer. So it's just quick. And the sites like this is the central part of the campus. These are majorly teaching facilities. Here are the old student housing and staff housings. And this is the new building designed by Herschel de Meuron, the main building for the effective medicine. This is the library, and we are given that this is the light. This is what the site looked like before the work and the design was started. Sorry that some of the annotations in Chinese because we don't process it that much. And this is a kind of a plan, mental plan we do. We are composing the subtitles for the competition, which is quite a huge booklet. I'll just show you a few extracted images from that. So we cover you can read through this, inclusive of what Sebastian was talking about, how to teaming time, job reference, organization chart, design, understanding of brief. And this is also kind of with compensations. So no matter you win or you lose, you will be awarded with I think it's 150,000 to cover your cost, and the winner will get the project. So these projects, because not too different from what you're doing right now, is working on very limited conditions for young people. I recall that each student's average exclusive area is 7.5 meters per students. It's very important that we actually started to conceive the unit design on one side, and also the site design placement on the other side. So it's like an observation. So we have to kind of inform ourselves through these two aspects continuously. Like we work on the study. These are the study diagrams we use in the office, the sections, plans, and also the site conditions, how to organize the thing. Some very preliminary form testing kind of softwares. So we have a huge pipe of this. I'm just showing you one sketch so that you can see that from hand drawings, that mostly done by myself and Wallace, to test it to 3D, assisted by more younger staff. And most of them are actually graduates of this school. And then during the competition entry, we also tested forms stacked on the different units, and we tested various conditions of assembling units and various versions of the facade treatment. Because this is kind of professional competitions, and there's a committee, an internal committee with some architects and artists in the foundation, the Li-Ka-shing foundations. So we have to do it, to quite detailed levels. So this is the more immediate context. This is the central campus. This is Herschel de Meuron Building. This is a big long area, and we are given this